Keeping you informed. This is In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS.
Welcome to In.form here on 101 Country WBDC and 18 WJTS. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and today it's time to start talking about flying, more specifically with the Jasper RC Flyers and their current president, which we've not seen for a year now, but I'm very excited to have him in the studio. We have Mr. Jeremy Church with us today. Jeremy, it's lovely to have you back, as always, and you guys have been busy over the past year.
We have been. It's been a great year so far for this flying season and throughout the winter, and we're just really enjoying ourselves this year. Weather's been really good for us.
Yes, we were just talking, it's been a more rainy day starting out today here in Du Bois County, and now it's starting to warm up and the sun's out and whatnot. So in a hopeful sense, I would like to say that, is it time to fly, I guess?
It is definitely well past time to fly.
That is definitely good. And as we're going to talk about today, you guys have been active in not only flying, but also doing various community events and, helping out where you can in the various RC aircraft sense of the world here in Du Bois County. But before we get into maybe the nitty-gritty of what the club does and all of these things, will you give us a brief reintroduction to what RC aircraft and crafting the RC aircrafts kind of entails for those who maybe aren't familiar with the hobby or craft of it?
Yeah, so we like to fly radio-controlled aircraft, mostly airplanes, but we have drones and we have helicopters, and if it flies, we like it. And so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter how fancy it is or whatever. If it flies, we fly it, or at least attempt to fly it.
So if it has wings, it's probably a good candidate for you guys.
Yeah, so we've got guys that fly airplanes made out of balsa wood. A lot of us fly stuff out of foam, and some of us even make stuff out of Dollar Tree foam board, and fly radio-controlled airplanes made out of Dollar Tree foam board, and paint sticks and popsicle sticks and all sorts of things we can use to make RC aircraft.
Does not hurt to be creative, whether you're on a budget or not.
Yeah.
And one thing, again, I feel remiss because our radio listeners get to miss out on this. But again, this In.form will be online within the next day or a couple days. Just give us a little bit on that production. However, every time Jeremy comes into the studio, he always brings one of his aircrafts on, and so I want to talk a little bit about who or what we brought in today, because you brought a bit of a sleeker model. It's one of your styrofoam models, right?
Yeah, it's one of our foam models. It's a training aircraft in particular, so I use it to help train people, and I've got a couple students, a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old learning to fly, and then we also have a couple of older, one in his 20s and one that's in retirement learning to fly this year. So this is called an Aero Scout. It is a great trainer. It's kind of medium,
right,
when it comes to cost and stuff, but it's got a lot of nice features to help someone starting out. Like it's got a mode you can switch it to where it reduces your chances of going upside down, helps reduce your chances of crashing, and then you can turn that off as well. So as you progress and get better, you can then go upside down and learn to do aerobatics with it as well. It's a great aircraft to start out flying.
I would need the training wheels for as long as possible until the training wheel setting probably breaks, and then, I definitely need it. And Jeremy's been very adamant that I need to come out and visit the fly site, and I still haven't yet. So, maybe this year will be the year. I can't, no promises.
Get your hands on a controller, and we'll let you fly one of our airplanes under the direction of instructors. So we set them up with 2 controllers, and they're linked together, sort of like student driving, where the instructor can take over if something goes not the way we want it to go.
Right, and that's that we bring this up because it's a great point to know that, if you're interested in learning more about RC aircraft or what the club does or how the club meets and all of these things, you're not going to come in blind. You're not going to be thrown into the middle of it. The guys there or whoever all is involved in the club, you guys are very welcoming, and you're there to help other people learn and grow the craft, right?
Yeah, that's really a lot about what it's about. It's a lot about camaraderie. There's a lot of times I go up there. I'm not the best pilot up there, but I sit around and talk a lot.
I'm a talker. I get it.
So, just going to have camaraderie and friendships with like-minded folks. That's a great time. But, yeah, we do offer free flight training for folks to help get them well-established in the hobby, or just to see if it's something they want to pursue further.
Right. And Jeremy, before we get to the very exciting upcoming event of your open fly-in that you guys host annually for the community, you guys have been busy helping other community organizations learning various RC skills and whatnot, or say STEM skills and all the various things that I'm not familiar with. And you also, did you receive some type of grant or some type of assistance to do more trainings? Is that right?
That is, yeah. So this has been a busy month for us.
Yes.
And continues to be, and we are very excited. One of the things is just every Tuesday night, we are meeting up there to fly. And so if you are interested, we meet about 5:30. As soon as I get off work and get out there. So every Tuesday night from 5:30 till we get tired, come on out and join us. And we're trying to fly more often and enjoy this nice weather that we've been having. The weather's been great. But yeah, some of the community things we've been involved in this month is we've had the Civil Air Patrol, the Patoka Valley Squadron. They came up and shot off some rockets to earn their rocketry badge. And so we were excited, and we kind of stopped what we were doing and watched that, because that's something we don't do a lot of that up there. But we like anything that flies.
Anything that flies. You know,
Anything that flies.
There's nothing wrong with that as long as it's lighthearted fun. And, you know, you guys have your flying field at 1103 South, 350 West in Jasper. Remind us where that is, or what people might associate with that.
So that's behind the Du Bois Recycling Center, or the old landfill. So we're up on top of the hill back behind the recycling center.
So being able to repurpose that space and utilize it in different ways, again, just bring the community out there.
Yeah, the city has been very generous in allowing us to be there for like the last 25-ish years, I think,
Wow.
is from what the guys have been here longer than I have said. So 25 years, and they've been real generous to us and allowing us to meet up there. So we really appreciate the city for letting us use that property.
Which is fantastic. Yeah. And you guys have kind of made it into a great hangout spot. Do you have any amenities up there? You guys have slowly been trying to build it back, right?
Yeah, well, we've got a few. There's not a lot. We have necessities up there.
Yes, of course.
But we don't have power or water. But we did put up a small solar panel on top of our roof so that we can charge batteries up there, and that's been it's actually lasted about 8 years. We've had about 8 years, I think.
Wow!
So it's done a great job. A few minor things here and there, and that's been great. One of the other ways we've been helping in the community was Tuesday. Myself and another gentleman for the club, we helped out with the WJTS STEM Camp Academy. And that was a wonderful time. We were one of the community partners and did a challenge with the kids with check gliders and how center of gravity affects flight, and which is very important for RC or full-sized aircraft.
Right. And for at least, okay, you said check glider, and my bulb on the top of my head went bing. The check gliders are the ones that are more user-friendly, right, for those that are kind of new to it?
Yeah, we just had some Dollar Tree foam board, and then we made it into an aircraft. Actually, we bought them from somewhere else, but aircraft, and you just use your hands to check it real lightly. Free flight, so there's no radio control part of that. Your hand, throw it like a dart. So yeah, real simple, but a lot of fun.
Yes, and I would say maybe like a stage up. So you go from paper airplane to chuck glider, and then you go to all the fancy stuff with all the remote controls and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, some of those chuck gliders, we could add a little motor to it if we wanted to,
Ooh.
and some controls later on down the road if we wanted to.
That doesn't hurt. So there's options, there's variety, and again, I think one thing that we always try to stress when you're in to talk about the RC aircrafts and what the club does and the different skills and kind of unique toys that you guys bring to the table to kind of show off, per se, is that, you know, it really is customizable to the person or the individual or even the family that wants to get involved with it, right?
Yes, it is. It is. When we think of RC, we can think real expensive, but, you know, in the last 10, 15 years, the costs have come down tremendously. There's various ways of getting into that don't require, if you like to build, we can get you in there relatively cheap, or at least when it crashes, it can be replaced relatively cheap. And it's not as expensive as you think. Like you could get a one like this aircraft that we have over here, everything you need for about $250, $300 with batteries and chargers and everything.
Right. And, you know, if you're someone, or maybe a young adult like myself, who are finding out you have a new favorite hobby, you know, whether you think it's going to be expensive or cheap at the beginning, it does add up and whatnot. So like one of those really nice Lego sets would cost about as much to build an aircraft. So I mean, it's a good investment.
You know, to put it in perspective, I looked at this over the winter. Prices may be different now, but PlayStation 5 is about $500, $600 with you at a game and stuff. So I can, at the time, I could get you 2 of these. It's everything you need, plus membership to our club and the national organization we're part of. 2 of those for the price of 1 PlayStation.
I think that math makes sense.
And it's still a video game. You got a controller in your hand, but you're outside enjoying the weather and still get to use those thumbs.
You tell me of a better way to cut out screen time, because that sounds like a perfect combination for sure.
Well,
so
your screen's the sky. So
screen is the sky.
Screen is the sky. Yeah.
I love that. So Jeremy, it is time to talk about your open fly-in and the big event that you guys host in the spring. And then again, you guys, you're very busy. You've got your weekly meetings and whatnot, and you guys hold some stuff for Strassenfest as well. But we've got the open house fly-in happening in a week's time. Is that right?
Yeah, a week from tomorrow, we are going to be having an open house. So this is an opportunity, if you are unfamiliar or just interested in RC Flyers, to come out, learn about RC aircraft. And the big thing that we really want to have everybody do is fly an RC aircraft. We're going to have several aircraft ready to go with experienced pilots and fly. You will get to fly, barring weather.
Yes.
And the weather forecast is looking good so far.
Well, that's what we hope for sure. And is the open house fly-in, is that something for the whole family? Are you looking for different age requirements? What are you guys kind of expecting on that?
No age requirement. From the youngest to the oldest, we'll have something for everybody. We're going to get to fly. We'll have our aircraft on display. We will have some truck gliders pre-assembled, and the kids can fly those and decorate those. We'll have some water for folks to drink because it might be warm. And so it's a time from 10 o'clock till noon, time to come out and learn about RC airplanes. And if you've ever wanted to fly one, this is the time to do it. This is time.
And, again, great. You will have great resources there so that, again, people don't feel like they're getting left. Here's the remote and go crazy, because, you want them to learn and hopefully obtain that skill as well. And I have to ask the big F word. Is there a cost to this event?
No, it's the big F word. It's free.
Heck yeah.
No, nothing. Just come from 10 to 2 or 10 to 12 and learn and just watch aircraft fly.
Very good. And again, I'll remind everyone of the address. It's 1103 South 350 West in Jasper. Hopefully you write that down so you can Google it later, or look up the Du Bois County Recycling Center or solid waste main area location, because you guys share that facility, right?
Yeah. If you Google Jasper RC Flyers, it does show up on Google Maps as well. So.
That is very good.
Yeah.
Again, you guys have this big event going on, and this is just a precursor, and you've got your weekly meetings and whatnot. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to make sure to mention today?
I think we've covered most everything. We'll have another big fly-in, and so what that means is we invite other clubs in the area to come fly. So you'll have a wider range of aircraft, wider range of skills come the weekend, the first weekend in August. And they'll be up there flying, and that's going to be geared towards them flying. And so spectators are free. Welcome to come. We'll have some concessions and things for you, but it will be a great time. We usually have some great pilots come up and some tremendous aircraft come up to that event to fly. That's the first Saturday in August.
Very good. And again, I keep looking at Jeremy across the board here, but I always keep looking at the airplanes because you always bring in such nice aircraft. I'm not an aircraft person or anyone who's into the mechanics of that stuff, but it always looks nice and it always catches the eye. So I would imagine whether you're a kid or maybe even a big kid, hopefully this would interest someone who's looking for something a little bit different and to maybe learn some STEM or learn some programming stuff with the technology that goes along with it, or even just building. So there's so many different applications.
There is, yeah. I mean, you can get to the nitty gritty, or you can just not get into that. There's just very ways to enjoy this hobby. And,
yes.
One other thing, if they can't make it to the open house, come out on Tuesdays. And if you can't come out on Tuesdays, email us, contact us on Facebook, and we will make arrangements to help you just learn more about RC aircraft.
Very good. And again, I'm cheating today. You can, of course, visit Jasper RC Flyers on Facebook. You can look at their website, jasperrcflyers.org, or you can make sure to send them an email at jasperrcflyers@gmail.com. And, just ask some questions, get a little bit curious and see where that leads, because it never hurts to, make that first step and whatnot and maybe find a new hobby. You guys do some very interesting things. Again, maybe this year's the year I get to come out to the airfield, but we hope and we wish you the best of luck as your open house comes in, and we hope there's a lot of aircraft in the sky and not on the field that day.
That's what we hope for too. And yeah, we would love to have you come up and fly, show everybody your flying skills.
I don't know if they're existing flying skills, but we can say that they exist maybe for now, for face sake. But Jeremy, it's always a pleasure, and we appreciate you, and best of luck as you have your busier time in the spring and summer. And again, hope everything's the sky's the limit with you guys.
Thank you very much, Kaitlyn.
Very good. Thank you so much at home, in your car, or wherever you're at for listening and watching this In.form here on 101 Country WBDC and 18 WJTS with the Jasper RC Flyers.
This has been In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS. Catch past episodes on our social media pages and our websites. If it matters to you, it matters to us. In.form.